Great day, great day. This is a marvelous Monday. Man, I greet you with good morning in the journey way. Prayerfully, you are up, you are moving, you are listening, you are growing. I say good morning to you in the journey way, and I ask the question that we always ask on this journey. What have you released to make your life better? What have you innovated in your life? Man, I was out running this morning, and it's the perfect temperature. It's not too cold and it's not too hot. But as I said on mile 3, even if it is cold, because I was out there doing it in the freezing sub-zero weather, this is like summertime. We have prepared ourselves and we are moving. And today I want you to give yourself permission to remember who you really are. Give yourself permission to find out who you really are. Now, it's a quote that's going to be up on the picture for this episode that says, it takes courage to become who you truly are. And it takes, man, does it take courage. And we're going to get into the whole courage thing in some later episodes, but I'm building on something else this week. I need you to understand who you really are. I need you to do the exercises. I need you to start your 224 process. Better yet, you need to start your 224 process. For those of you that have been with me since the beginning, and if you have been getting up with me, I want you to think about this. I have been getting up 2 hours earlier every day so that I could get the show done and get everything ready for my day, because I am trying to find who I truly am, and not only find it but lock myself into that. So I'm setting up the rituals, I'm setting up the habits that's going to build me to where I want to be. Regardless of what comes, I want to be able to have those habits and those rituals of success deeply implanted in my personality. What did you just say, Brother Hot Tim? I said deeply implanted in my personality and my ego. Listen, who you truly are is phenomenal. We are a divine paradox. We are the greatest of all things, but at the same time, we are as humble as the dust. We are as magnificent as a star and as regular as a piece of dirt. Paradox. And I know it's kind of rough for you to wrap your mind around here, but what happens is that our ego plugs into the great part but forgets about the small part. See, because when we lose track of the small part, we are no longer able to really plug into life, into reality. We're no longer able to really even create reality, because the magic is not being the ultimate, is not being in the great. The magic is in being the dust of the earth. That's the magic, because here we get to experience what gods cannot. Listen to me. Gods cannot experience what you can. And your role now is to get these experiences so that you can share it when you return from your mission here on this planet. Think about that. Now, are you out accomplishing and experiencing all the things that you need to? Now, I was talking about those of you that's been doing this with me. I've been getting up an hour earlier. Now it's 2 hours early because I don't have enough time to do my meditation. I don't have enough time because I'm adding new stuff, and I'm developing new stuff all the time. I'm hip hop, so I'm cutting and scratching. Meditation, I'm cutting and scratching with it. Now, so if I did the math, over the last 50 days, I have added 4 days to my life. That means I got 4 days worth of experiences in the last almost 60 days, almost 4 days worth of experience more than those of you that's still lying in bed. I have learned more. I have shared more. I have done more before sunrise than many people do all day. And I'm proud of that. You know what I'm saying? Now, getting back to who you really are, let's get into that. When we look at it from Giami's perspective, from the Giami Journey Warrior Training perspective, you are the self. What is the self, Brother Tim? I know that. The self is those absolute, complete, and perfect qualities of a being that are not limited or influenced by external circumstances. This is the part of you that speaks and you can't see where it's coming from, that develops the images inside your mind that nobody else can see, that keeps your heart pumping and gives your body the instructions to run. This is that God in you. That's the true self. What are we plagued with? We are plagued with over personality and over ego. These things limit our ability to contact the self because we confuse the personality and the ego with the self. We think that who we are, we think that the name that we are running around here with right now is the ultimate. That is not the ultimate. That is the baby. That is the child that is learning. You are not Sam or Sarah or those things are very limited. Your personality and your ego is the same age that you are on this planet, but yourself is as old as the galaxy. No. Yourself is as old as the planet. No. I mean, yourself is as old as the multiverse. Yourself has always been here and will always be here. It has experienced all that's in the past, is fully immersed in this moment, and it has already experienced the future. And if you got the ears to hear me and understand what I'm saying to you, and you are able to plug into this thing, it will make you great. But you got to recognize the position of the self and the position of your personality and put them in their proper places. That goes back to one of the principles of Mayat: order. Right now, most of us are living our lives out of order. Our personality is over the self. That's like the child running the household. Oh, my fault. I might have touched a nerve because some of the children are running the household. That's like the dog running the household. How's a dog supposed to run a household? The dog can't do the budget. The dog don't pay the bills. The dog don't do none of that. The child don't do none of that. It's the parent is supposed to do that. And just like the parent is supposed to provide those things and that wisdom and that guidance for that child that is growing up, so should the self be guiding the personality, not vice versa. That's why your life is messed up. That's why we fall into negative habits. That's why we are limited in our success. That's why we sabotage ourselves. So we're going to move forward this week and we're going to build on the self. First, we're going to talk about who we are. Then we're going to talk about, in a sense, what we are. Then we're going to talk about where we are. Stay with me. We are on session 57. 57. Look, I am feeling good, but I have to go. I got to get prepared for my day like many of you. The sun is about to come up, and I have to experiment with some other spiritual practices that may be very painful. I'll talk with you about them later. Ain't nothing crazy. I ain't going to be poking myself with knives and stuff, but it's going to be very difficult. But I'm going to have to push through. And with your support, like y'all been doing, I'm going to do it. Any questions or comments, please send them in. Please check out my other stations at www.giamijourney.com. Also, check out my session that I did with the Warriors, my Warrior training in Giami Journey. It's called Session 2. Of the hip hop rites of passage. I'm doing it because I understand the connection between hip hop as a culture and the rites of passage piece. So I'm trying to bring that knowledge to people, and in essence allowing it to come out so that I could learn something new. Remember, by keeping your mouth shut, you rob not only the world, but you rob yourself, because sometimes by talking things through with a group of friends, it allows you to bring ideas out so that you can hear whether or not they make sense, to hear whether they resonate with your spirit, to hear whether they resonate with your life. You never know when you come up with that. You never know what concepts you might unleash, what they might do for you and what they might do for the people listening. I know I'm over. I'm trying to keep it limited. But yo, I pray that your day is as beautiful as you are. And with that, Brother Hatim says peace.